The 15-Point Plan is part of the Win, Make, Give podcast network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the 15-Point Plan podcast. I'm here, your host, Jacqueline Smith. I'm here with my co-host, my amazing co-host, Ryan Park Griegg. We have been exploring this incredible series. Again, all things related to energy management. That's what the 15-Point Plan podcast is all about, giving you tools, habits, information to help you have more energy, more happiness, less stress in your life. That is what we all want, isn't it, Ryan?
Dang right. More energy, less stress, more fun people to be around, and more time with our loved ones in a good mood, right, Jacqueline?
Yeah, good time with the loved ones. That's key. So last episode, we talked about nutrition and some information that I thought was pretty striking about how much nutrition is impacting your mood around those loved ones, right, Ryan?
Yeah, we're even given some studies, and I think if they haven't listened to the last couple of episodes, go back and listen to these because you've heard us say a lot of these things plenty of times. But some of these studies really are eye-opening, Jacqueline, and I love having the scientific data that shows, oh my gosh, like not only are these things important for how I feel, but maybe for preventing things like Alzheimer's disease and things that when we get older, we really want to stay away from. So I've enjoyed learning more about these, and I hope that our listeners have had a chance to check out the past episodes and really get some good data as to why we're making all these decisions.
Yeah. And if you, I'll just say this, didn't listen to the last episode, and you feel like sometimes when you're in the school pickup line that your kids get in the car, or maybe it's before they get in the car and you're getting mad at the other parents in the pickup line, you're trying to get in there with traffic and you feel like you're like Momzilla or Dadzilla, there might be a reason why. It could be what you're having or what you're not having for lunch. So you might not be cray-cray. You might just need to switch up what you're eating for lunch, and maybe Momzilla or Dadzilla will take a nap and be you'll be happier when you go in the pickup line.
You'll be happier. And Jacqueline, you know what? Like, pro tip from a guy that's trying to become a pro, because I have been there. In fact, I was there last week, and I was like going to pick up my kid, and it was just a back-to-back day, and I was thinking I'm freaking starving. And then I realized I had a pack of really good, high-quality beef jerky in my glove box.
Nice.
And so I ate that, and I drank my water, and I sat there for a minute, and 3 minutes later, I was like, okay, no, I'm not hangry anymore. And I felt so good, or I felt so much better that I had that with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So keep some snacks in your car. Keep water in your car. Give yourself 1 minute of time before you pull up into the student line to pick up your kids. You're just going to feel so much better. And frankly, your kids are going to tell the difference. Like you're going to be present with them and they're going to feel the difference. So I guess what I'm saying is like learn and be prepared. Be prepared with these things.
And listen to the last episode. So go back and listen to that one. What are we talking about today?
Well, throughout these episodes, we've had some pretty good quotes, Jacqueline.
Mm-hmm.
Like this whole idea of everything psychological is biological. The idea of how we're feeling or how we're thinking really is impacted by our biology, by what we're putting into our bodies.
Yeah.
But I think it's only right that for today's episode, I share a quote that I saw on someone's shirt at one of these events a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it said something along the lines, and I'm not going to cuss, so I'm just going to fill it in. I'm not a B word.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just dehydrated.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Like, I'm not a jerk. I'm just dehydrated.
Yeah.
And that made so much sense because we can really become jerks.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna talk about that.
We're talking about hydration, and we have talked about this on past episodes. We even gave you like a little color chart to decide on your own when you go to the restroom. Like you look at this little color chart, and by looking at what came out, you can tell pretty quickly, oh boy, I better drink some water, or okay, I'm hydrated. But we're going to go into some more detail on what that looks like study-wise, not color-wise.
Right. And they say that hydration is actually the most underrated performance lever in business. So did you know, Ryan, that a 2% dehydration, which when you think about that, like you would not know right? Like 2% is so small that you would not know that you're dehydrated, but that leads to a 20% cognitive drop. So 2% dehydration leads to 20% cognitive performance, which is like your problem solving, your focus. Like if you're feeling like unable to focus, oh my gosh, maybe you're 2% dehydrated.
So just a 2% dehydration. And we're going to get into the rough idea of recommended amounts of water. So if you're thinking, well, how much is 2%? I don't know. We'll cover that.
Okay.
What I'm hearing is not very much water.
Right.
Missing can cause. So imagine that if 2% equals 20%, does that mean just 4% equals 40%? Like that's a
I mean,
huge
yeah.
difference in your cognitive performance.
Yeah, and you wouldn't feel thirsty is my point. Like you wouldn't even know that you were 2% dehydrated.
Not only will your cognitive performance be impacted, but with that, your memory starts going.
Yep.
And I don't know about you, Jacqueline, but as I get older, my memory, and my girlfriend will probably agree with you, like my memory's terrible. Like it's pretty freaking bad. So I can't afford to not have these things that are going to help. So 14%
Right.
memory loss. My visual attention, so how I read rooms and opportunities, is impacted by 23%. I didn't know this. I don't know if our listeners realize that, but like not only how we think, but how we see is
Yeah, because like I think about that if you're a real estate agent and you're going on listing appointments and you didn't keep water in your car, you said no at the last appointment when they offered you a glass of water, and now you're sitting at your next appointment. Well, your ability to read the room, which would impact the outcome of that appointment, but it's decreased by 23%. Like that's crazy to me.
it's a huge, huge number just by being a little dehydrated. And then, like, you just start to get tired more. You start to run out
Mhm.
of energy more. Just a
Yeah.
little bit of dehydration can cause up to 25% in fatigue.
Yeah. Which is crazy. So, if you're feeling tired, it might be that you are dehydrated. You could have slept fine. Your sleep score, if you have an aura ring like me, I'm a new aura person. I mean, my sleep score could be fine from last night. I could still feel tired, but it's because I haven't had enough water. Or maybe I have had water, but I haven't had the electrolytes that my body needs. And so I'm actually dehydrated. So we have a hydration protocol for you, right? So when you wake up, this is the first step of the protocol. You need to drink, they say, between 16 and 20 ounces of water immediately because you've been fasting at that point 6 to 8 hours, right? You've been asleep. So hopefully you were not sleep
Yeah,
eating. So
right.
you haven't eaten in 6 to 8 hours, say, maybe longer. So your brain is actually dehydrated when you wake up. And so this single habit improves your morning alertness within 15 minutes. Most of us, Ryan, we don't reach for the water when we wake up. What do we reach for?
Give me that caffeine, baby.
Coffee. So, which further dehydrates you, by the way. So, you're just starting out already in what I would call hydration debt, and you are making another withdrawal and you need to make a deposit. So first thing, 16 to 20 ounces of water. I know, Ryan, you like to do some lemon, some salt in there while you're making your coffee. I know you have that habit. You've shared that on past episodes. Anything else you'd add?
No, just that. But some people have coffee makers that are automatic, and so you wake up and it's already made. That's awesome if you do that. I like to like make the coffee, so while the water is boiling, well, it's going to take me a minute or two.
Yeah.
So I'll add a sprinkle of salt into the mug that I'm going to pour the coffee into, anyways. Then you
Perfect.
get a little bit of warm water. It's good for your throat. Having the salt's good for your throat. And then you're
Mhm.
drinking a couple of those cups while the coffee's being made. Then I just know I'm good. I know I've
There
already
you go.
got 2 cups of water in before I drink any coffee. Then, yes, I have a cup of coffee. I know, dang it, Jacqueline, I'm guilty. I'm not waiting the 90 minutes like a good Ryan should be. But I'm at least getting my hydration in first. Then I fill up a 1 liter water bottle, 32 ounces, and I'll drink that while I'm getting my movement in.
Love it. So that's the morning, drink water immediately. Then you have a daily target. So we want to be drinking, if you want to do some math on your calculator, zero point 0.5 to 0.7 ounces per pound of body weight. So if you're like a 150-pound person, you should be drinking 75 to 105 ounces of water per day. And obviously more if you're exercising or if you're in the heat. And to your point, Ryan, you can use your urine color and join what we coined as the Clear Pee Club. But use your urine color as kind of a gauge, and you want your urine to be pale yellow, which is ideal.
So let's pause on that real quick, Jacqueline, because I'm thinking, okay, you broke down the math for us. If we weigh 150, we want to drink about 100 ounces a day. Okay, how much is that? Well, most water bottles that are of like standard size are about 32 ounces.
Yeah.
Okay, 100 ounces, you got to drink about 3 of those. If it's super hot out or you're physically active and you're sweating a lot, up that to 4.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. So 2 p.m. slump. If you are someone that struggles with this, first of all, go back and read our last episode because your lunch could be giving you that slump. But instead of reaching for the coffee or the Celsius or whatever god-awful energy drink you're reaching for, replace that with electrolytes. So what's your favorite electrolyte, Ryan?
I like Ultimas, I like Noons, and then just salts, Jacqueline, like good quality Himalayan pink sea salts.
I like the Ultima, and I really like the pink lemonade.
Pink lemonade seems to be a favorite. I recently discovered the passion fruit.
Oh, interesting. I've not tried that.
And the cherry pomegranate, actually, I also discovered because you can get like a variety pack. So I have a variety pack and it removes the decision making because I just grab one out of there and there's like 8 different kinds and then I just go with whatever one I get. But blue raspberry is my least favorite, so sometimes I'll skip that one.
There you go. Okay, and then if you're exercising, you do need to add 16 to 24 ounces per 45 minutes of activity. So again, even 1% dehydration during exercise impairs your performance by 10%. So there's your answer to your question earlier. It seems like for every 1%, it's a 10% reduction in your performance cognitively. So pre-hydrate 30 minutes before training, not during. If you're doing it during, it's probably you're already dehydrated. So good.
Yeah. I think just making sure, and for me, it helps to get as much water in early in the day as possible because you don't want to find yourself behind on water and then it's 6 or 7 p.m. at night. Now, oh my gosh, I need to drink like 32 ounces of water because that's going to impact your sleep. So it can be a bit of a balancing act, right, Jacqueline? Of like, I got to drink a lot of water, but I don't want to drink it too close before I go to bed because then it's going to wake me up at night. So
I've done that. I've done that during 75 hard where you have to drink so much water. And if I did it too late, I was up like 3 times during the night. So not good. You can use an Oura ring or a Whoop to track your resting heart rate. So that's your resting heart rate, and that is a leading indicator of dehydration. So if you're waiting to feel thirsty, you're already, I think most of us know this by now, but you're already dehydrated if you are feeling thirsty, like physically thirsty.
Yeah, exactly. So keep water with you everywhere you go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep water bottles. Like so many places have places you can fill up water. Also keep some electrolytes. Keep those with you. I keep them at the office. I keep them at home. I keep them in my car. That way they're just always there. And that way you're not having to seek these things out. I think what I'm learning, Jacqueline, in a lot of these subjects is convenience goes so far. If I have a snack in my car that's healthy and I have water in my car, I'm so much more likely to eat it and drink it than go 1 hour without any of those things. Then I go on an appointment. Now I'm 3 hours in a deficit of hydration and nutrition. Just get out of my way because I don't want to talk to anybody. So a little bit of planning goes so far in all of these aspects that we've talked about.
Yep.
So if you're just listening to this one for your first time, go back and listen to the previous episodes. We've now covered hydration. We've covered nutrition. We've covered exercise. and we've covered sleep. We're really digging deep into these physical foundational pillars that increase our energy and reduce our stress. So go to winmakegive.com. You can check all past episodes as well as the entire Win Make Give podcast network. And of course, come find Jacqueline and myself on social media, Jacqueline Ray Smith and Ryan Park Griegg, and tell us which one of these you're working on the most. Tell us which episode is your favorite, or just jump in there and say, Ryan, Jacqueline, we want that dang bird episode.
Oh, yeah, the bird episode. We've got to get on that. But we're going to finish this series first. Next time, we're talking about stress mastery. Don't miss it. Share this episode with someone that you know and love. And we will see you next time on the 15 Point Plan podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.